Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Brew, a Thursday edition here on Brew Sports. We hope you enjoyed your Wednesday, digesting all the great content that we had for you here on Brew Sports. We welcome you inside our studios now. I am Baxter Colburn.
And I'm Jaymee Evers.
Good morning, Jaymee. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited. A little mad that it's snowing outside. It was 60-some degrees a couple days ago.
It was.
And now the winter gloves, the hats, the parkas, they're all back.
Yeah, I'm a fan of winter.
Are
a fan
you?
of snow. I am. I like snowmobiling.
I like
this
winter when
isn't
it's
enough
convenient. I don't like winter when it's like...
After we got a little taste of spring.
It's like, hey, it's 60 degrees. I put shorts on. I didn't put shorts on, but I put a T-shirt on, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then it was just not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is February and, March. And it
Say
is
it's March
Wisconsin.
now, March 2nd officially. So
Yeah.
I guess, in that sense, you got to be happy about that. You're no longer in February. You can look forward to the spring right around the corner.
Unless winter's here now.
I hope not. That's what some people were saying, too, because we had such a mild start to winter. They're like, wait for it. It's going to be snowing in January. Or it's going to be snowing in June, basically.
No, it's supposed to be 60 on, Monday. So we're probably okay.
I hope so. Lent officially started as well, too. Ash Wednesday was last night. Are you giving anything up for Lent? I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. I'm not making fun of you if you don't. I'm curious if you are or not. No? No, fair enough.
I like everything I do. Everything. Why would I give it up? Just kidding.
No, that makes total sense. My wife and I decided to give up extras. So, outside of paying bills and the necessities like gas and groceries and all that fun stuff, we're not going to go out to eat. We're not going to go buy, 20 cups of coffee during the week like we normally do from big name distributors that will be left unnamed because I like my job. Just other places, that we're just trying to hone in. And some people have been like, well, it just sounds like you're just trying to save money. I'm like, partially, but I'm like, because we also did all that stuff on such a consistent basis while we had the money and we're fine, this is just giving us an opportunity to just kind of cut it all off. So we'll see.
And it'll show you, too, that you don't need big coffee
you always need
distributors.
Coffee. You always need coffee. Some people might say you don't need big coffee distributors, but I would go to battle for that. But that's irrelevant, basically. But let us know what you're giving up for Lent. You can comment with us live here on Facebook, of course, as we are going throughout the day. Some people, I know, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people are like, yeah, I don't give anything up for Lent. Some people are like, yeah, I do it, and it's totally different. Sometimes people are like, I only do it if I'm Catholic. Other people do it because, my parents did it for years, so I have to do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it because you have to. Do it because you want to.
I think my favorite thing about Lent and Ash Wednesday is the naiveness of people. So my own personal experience when I interned with the Milwaukee Admirals, we went to Children's Hospital on Ash Wednesday, and Austin Watson came in with ash on his forehead, and I was like, is anybody going to tell him that he's got stuff on his forehead? Yeah, and everyone's like, Jaymee. Oops. So now I realize that when people have ashes on their forehead and it's Wednesday, you just keep your comments to yourself. But I saw people on Twitter and stuff too, today I saw...
Some people are big about it too, and people will post about it and be like the selfie of the Ash Wednesday selfie, basically.
And there I would be like, hey man, you got something on your
something
forehead.
that you guys know, put a filter on or something, man. Come on, get it together. Oh boy. Well, either way, Lent is a good time. Easter, people love Easter baskets. Did you ever get any memorable Easter baskets at all, Jaymee?
I don't think memorable. My parents were, sorry, Dad, just good on candy.
Just good,
and
lots of candy.
Probably socks.
Some people think that Easter is almost more important than Christmas with the presents that I've seen some of my friends get over the years. Their Easter baskets, kids are getting watches and iPads and all this fun stuff. I'm like,
stop it.
It's true. People get kind of crazy stuff like that. I don't know. Everybody's different. I got mostly candy. I got a basketball. I get the Walmart, basically get, Easter basket, which is totally fine. I loved it. I embraced it. I got a scooter one year for Easter. I was super psyched.
A Razor scooter?
I did.
Name brand.
It was.
Hot dog.
I know. I was like, I'm the cool kid on my block. Everybody move over, basically. I was very excited about that. All right, well, some of the other things that we want to talk about today in our first segment, which is called What's Brewing, talking about some of the interesting or funny things going on in the sports world. Jaymee, do you like tacos?
I had tacos for lunch and dinner yesterday.
So you like tacos, then, is what you're saying. Did you hear about the Sacramento Kings player that had tacos?
I did. He did not have my tacos.
He must not have.
I'm not sick.
Apparently not. So if you haven't heard, Sacramento Kings player Ty Lawson got sick a day after asking locals for a bomb taco spot in Sacramento. Sacramento's kind of a scary city from what I've heard. I've never really heard too many people being like, yo, love Sacramento.
Right. You should go there. Great tourist.
No. So if you haven't heard, he Snapchatted or posted somewhere basically saying, where's a bomb taco spot in Sacramento. The very next day, the Sacramento Kings released that Ty Lawson was it was questionable for the game with, I don't even know how to pronounce the official diagnosis. gastroenteritis. Basically, he had upset stomach and was just, I mean, the pictures that he posted, he said that they looked very good, but they were also in a really awkward light, so I can't officially tell if they were very yummy or not. Either way, I mean, people love tacos. People love food. I thoroughly enjoy it. But it's kind of funny, though, how you see somebody reach out and say, yeah, you should go check out this place or go check out that place, and then he ends up missing a game.
It didn't look like a sketchy, like it wasn't like a taco truck. It wasn't out of someone's back door. Like it was a restaurant that had, so at least it looked like to me, nice tacos. And then I Googled this big word, gaso whatever, and it just came up as the stomach flu. I was like, that was the story? Like, that's all you gave me? Like, you're just crapping your brains out?
Sometimes, man, food works in different ways in different people, apparently. But yes, so tacos. Have you ever gotten food poisoning?
I have not. I've used it as an excuse to get out of work before. Not my current job.
Oh, no. Okay.
And never here.
Obviously. As I say, you've only been here for a couple of days. So
two. But I've said I've had it, and I haven't.
Interesting.
Oops.
I don't think I've purposely ever had food poisoning. Like not like you. Like I've never called in. I don't think they'll being like, yeah, I got food poisoning. I've felt kind of iffy, but as most people say, you just spend enough time in the bathroom or drink enough water, or whatever. It's gone. You're like, okay, no big deal. You carry on with your day, basically.
Well, and I feel like when people have food poisoning, they act like the world is ending. So did you? Beginning of the season, there was like 9 guys on the Nashville Predators who got food poisoning from eating in the media room or wherever from the Detroit Red Wings. So we had they called up 10 guys from Milwaukee.
Hey.
Played a couple of them.
Hey, whatever it takes to get those players promoted, basically.
Food poisoning.
Little did we know. Maybe those were your tacos. No, you said you make good tacos.
I do make good tacos.
I need to clarify this. I need to see how good these tacos actually are. I feel like this might be a little early in the day for tacos, but is there a breakfast taco? Do people make breakfast tacos?
Yeah. I had a breakfast burrito last week.
Well, burritos are different. Tacos are
it's the same thing. It's just rolled up.
But is a hot dog a sandwich or a not?
A hot dog is neither.
Oh, wow.
It's a hot dog.
People call it a sandwich.
But a sub is a sandwich, right?
But I don't know. Another debate. We're already throwing out debate topics here this morning, basically. But
our tacos rolled up burritos. No, our burritos rolled up tacos.
I don't know.
Yes.
Are they?
Someone clarify.
Somebody
please.
Clarify. Because then you get the hard shot. Yeah, we need Liz to jump in and give us the hot takes here because she always does the best with that. So poor Ty Lawson, he's back in the rotation as well too. They were playing Brooklyn, so it's not like they were playing anybody important, or not like the King season's been anything important either. So who cares about that? Moving from tacos to Asia for a brief moment. Have you heard about this new sport that Asia has just been freaking out about? I mean, Asia freaks out about a lot of things just because that's what anime is. And like, wow! Like that's what they do. They freak out about the littlest things. I mean, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, it'll never catch on. People just, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's huge. People love it. It's
massive. There was just an anime convention here last weekend.
Yeah.
Craziest thing I've
there's some weird looking people.
Yeah.
Like people think like Mardi Gras is like weird, but like no, you look at an anime convention, you're like, is that Superman? Is that Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Dated a guy that wanted me to go to Comic-Con, which is a little different.
Comic-Con I would go to.
But still, like,
but like, was he like, weird. Do you want to go like as normal people, or were you like, let's go as Superman and Wonder Woman?
Well, I would never go. So like, it was the end of the debate. I don't watch Star Wars. Like, I'm not into like.
You wouldn't go for the spectacle? You're not. Are you a people watcher?
Yeah, but like, then I would be the normie. Watching all these people in costume.
And then they'd be watching you, be like, look at the girl who didn't want to dress up.
Her boyfriend totally dragged her here. Probably breaking up after this.
I'm assuming that relationship didn't last very long.
No.
That's another topic. Jamie is, never mind. We're not going to go there. Anyway, so Asia's got this huge thing sweeping. It's this soccer volleyball mashup known as Sepika Takraw, something like that, basically. But it's 3-on-3. It's a small court. It almost looks like a smaller version even of a tennis court. It's not very big, but these guys are kicking a ball, if you're watching, not very big, basically. Maybe, what would you even say the size of the ball is? About the half size of a volleyball, maybe?
Yeah, like a miniature dodgeball?
Yeah, something like that. It must be weighted or something because the way these guys are, they're not just like kicking it over like like when you receive a soccer ball, you can kick it up. And then like, oh, there you go, kick it over. They're like doing like half volley, like half bicycle, karate, like crazy things. Yeah. And these guys are returning the serve in the equal manner. It's a lower net, so it's not like you're playing on a 5 volleyball net. It's more like a badminton net height maybe, or a little bit lower.
Do you think it's because they're playing this because they find soccer so boring?
Maybe.
Just kidding.
Maybe. You're not wrong. I appreciate that subtle just little right there in the morning already. But maybe if their national teams were actually good, they would have, can move on to other things. Maybe they're finding a sport so that way they can make fun of Americans being like, ha ha ha, we invented a sport. You guys as Americans are terrible at this, because honestly, the Asian countries are awful at soccer.
They are awful?
They're awful. You'd think China, Japan's not bad, but Thailand, there's millions and billions of people there.
Right.
How are they not
good?
good?
Good ones.
Yeah, how are they not good? Anyway, that's a whole nother soccer rant for a whole nother time, but just a little side caveat, basically. All right, other stuff as well, too. Did you see that the St. Louis Rams decided to void their old colors?
I did.
They're not even
I'm a fan.
obviously they're the LA Rams now, but they're throwing it back to this kind of a sharp-looking blue and white-looking helmet.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I think it looks nice. It looks clean.
It does.
It's very clean.
It does.
I think it's probably good for the change, too, right? Change venues.
I think so,
cities.
yeah. I mean, really, when you look at the helmet, I mean, it's similar design to what it used to be, of course, with the blue and the gold. It kind of almost looks like they took their current helmet and just threw an Instagram filter on it, being like, oh, we just changed the color. It's the same thing. I mean, it is. It's the same general concept. I mean, if the Packers or the Bears or whatever changed their colors but still kept the exact same logo, obviously it'd be virtually the same thing. But
right.
This is what the Rams have been identified as for so many years. Why would you completely just throw it out the window, basically, at this point? So.
Right. Yeah, and then you still know that it's the Rams. They're not changing their logo. They're not throwing in something crazy. Mm-hmm. But hey, we move. We're trying new things.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're in the process of also trying to decide whether or not they should have blue face masks or white face masks. I think the white maybe would work a little bit better. The blue kind of just gets sucked into the blue that's already there in the helmet. So right, I think the white is a little bit more distinct. And most face masks usually are a different color than most of the helmet anyway.
But white's so bright. Maybe that's the issue.
Maybe blue just blends and makes you if you wear the helmet and then you've got the black visor.
Right.
Maybe a little bit more intimidating.
It'd be scary.
I don't understand how people can play with black visors.
Me either.
I've put them up just to my face and I'm I can't see.
Right. Good thing a football, and you're tackling people.
But I'm even if you're a running back or something and you get handed the ball, you're like, where's the ball? I'm oh, I got it. And then by the time exactly, maybe that's why Eddie Lacy's not a good running back, because he sometimes wears visors.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's so many different excuses that I'm sure people can be like, oh, I got something in my visor. I never understood the people that wear the black visors at night. What are you trying to?
Right.
It's not sunny out.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to drive a motorcycle at nighttime with shades on, tinted shades.
Should be the same thing.
Yeah. Why are you playing football?
People's safety. Mm-hmm. We're just looking out for people, Jamie. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We care about people.
We do.
I love it. All right. Fun facts today. This day in history. Throwback Thursday, Jamie. Some people like to do this on Instagram. Be like, look how cute I was in 4th grade when I hadn't hit puberty yet, and my body was my own.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. But you came up with some fun stuff for Throwback Thursday, so what do you got for us?
I did. In 1874, the batter box in baseball was adopted, so they chalked out a box. That's where you have to hit from if you don't watch baseball.
There it is, guys.
Yep.
Stand there, kind of thing.
In 1929, the Blackhawks shut out for the NHL record for their 8th straight game, and I tried to see if
they got shut out, or they shut out somebody?
Out.
Oh, they shut somebody out 8 games in a row.
Yep.
Ooh.
So I was like, let me try to find if that's updated.
Snap, okay.
And I couldn't, but I did find some crazy stats, which have nothing to do with throwbacks, but I think they're crazy. The most penalty minutes in a season was 2,700, which was from 1991 to 92 Buffalo, which averaged 31 minutes a game, which doesn't seem like a crazy amount, even though hockey's only played for 60 minutes. So half of the game, someone was always in the penalty box.
Jeez.
Nowadays, the average is anywhere from 6 to 11 minutes. So 31 is a ridiculous amount of time.
That's a bit crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
Today is also the 55th anniversary of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. That's kind of crazy. I mean, you've heard other players like Kobe and Steph Curry and LeBron doing, incredible things, scoring, upwards of 60-plus points. I think Kobe had a 90-some point game at a couple of, a decade or so ago, when he was actually still really good. Obviously, when he was still playing, of course, too. But it's so interesting when you think about sports feats and you hear about how things have transitioned over time. It was 55 years ago. There was only 4,000 people in the building. There's hardly any video footage of it as well, too. If somebody scored 100 points now, people I feel like would be freaking out, being
Right.
like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, though, I feel like society's changed in such a weird way, though, too, because there was a high school kid that recently scored 90-some
Yeah.
points in a basketball game, and people
But did you watch the video?
I saw a little bit
He
of
stayed back
it.
at half court and they just hucked him the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. And
Not
we don't
that
have video evidence of Wilt Chamberlain. Maybe Wilt cherry-picked the whole night as well, too, and it's like, oh, thanks. Whoop.
Yeah, maybe this high school kid, I forgot what his name was, but I'm like, maybe he has the only document. He was like, I'm going to do that.
Maybe.
That's how I'm going to score these points.
That's how I'm going to score these
That's
points.
how I'm going to trend on Twitter. Hashtag yes drama.
Hashtag yes drama, our very first hashtag yes drama of the day. I love it. If you haven't caught on, Jamie and I love the whole hashtag yes drama thing. We need t-shirts with hashtag yes drama on it. I think Jamie's going to try to, at the end of every show, we're going to come up with our hashtag yes drama moments of the show.
Yeah.
I feel like will be the best thing. You realized also, Jamie, we've made it 20 minutes and you have not mentioned Jordy Nelson yet.
Oh, I know. But I did give my dad a shout out. I did that yesterday.
There you go.
too.
So if it's not your dad, it's Jordy Nelson, basically. Is Jordy Nelson your father?
I hope not.
Oh,
I mean,
no? You don't want Jordy Nelson to be your father?
no, because I love him in a different way than I love my dad.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. And I guess we don't want to make it even weirder than we have to be already, basically. But either way, though, so some very interesting on this day in sports history. I was trying to also find, there was something else interesting that took place today.
First NBA All-Star game.
Really?
1951. East beat West, 111-94.
Probably the
in
last
Boston.
time the East actually did anything relevant. The West always wins, I feel like.
Yeah.
I was talking with Tanner yesterday on our halftime show, and I was making the argument that I'm pretty sure the Western Conference in almost every sport is just always better for some reason. You look at it in hockey, you look at it in football, the AFC. I know NFL's weird because it doesn't actually split the country,
Right.
which is a whole nother stupid debate that I could go off on for a long time. But you see almost every other sport splits the country basically in half and is like the West, the East. And the West Coast is almost always better.
Probably why the East Coast doesn't have a crazy amount. I mean, they have a fair amount, but a lot of them have moved.
True.
I mean, you see it in hockey. You're seeing it in the NFL. Like, they're all moving
Also true.
to good old California
Woo!
area.
Or Vegas, baby.
Or Vegas. Ooh, that could be a tangent. Dumb.
Do you not like the whole Vegas thing?
I think it's stupid.
Why? Why do you think it's stupid?
I think putting a professional sports team in the party city of the world is dumb. I think their logo's dumb. I think that they could have been more creative. I think it's dumb. I don't agree with it.
Interesting.
Why not Seattle?
It's true. Seattle's got a great market for a lot of things. They had the Supersonics, obviously now the Milwaukee Bucks back in the day.
Yep.
Now, but why? I mean, the Seattle Mariners, I think, draw fairly well, but the Seahawks, the Seattle Sounders, even the Seattle Reign, their women's soccer team, all draw exceptional crowds.
And there's enough people that live in Seattle and the area, and they have to have enough
Washington
money
State.
to buy tickets to games because it is expensive to live in Seattle.
It is, exactly, with all that big corporation coffee that exists in Washington, in Seattle.
Who could that be?
I don't know. Probably anyway. I can't wait for Lent to be over so I can already talk about it. No, I'm not. I do enjoy Lent. I don't want people to think I don't enjoy Lent, of course. But people are commenting on Facebook as well, too, saying, Liz says, Jamie, tell us how you really feel. Aaron says hashtag Vegas, and a lot of people are already saying hashtag yes drama as well, too. So you can make sure you comment on Facebook about anything we're talking about today. Any other fun things on this day in history as a whole, basically?
That's all I got.
Did you know that today's the assassination of Charles the Good, the Count of Flanders, back in 1127?
I miss that guy.
Might name my next son Flanders. No, I wouldn't do that. But fun facts. The more you know, Jamie.
The more you know.
That's like, I feel like that's almost my catchphrase at some days. It's the more you know. Because it is. The more you know, I feel like the more marketable, the more relatable you can be as a person.
I agree.
Yeah.
You can BS your way through a lot more stuff. Pretend like you know more.
It's true. That's how I got a job in sports, is because I BS my way through most of it. Being
You
like,
look
I
like you
know what's
BS."
going on. If you speak confidently about anything, like
Right.
water polo, it's an amazing... I really don't know what's going on about water polo, but like if you speak like you know what's going on,
Right.
you get so excited about it. It's like, wow, he knows what he's talking about.
That's true.
Emotion sometimes can overshadow the limited knowledge you might
People
actually
are just
have.
like, oh my gosh, he loves it so much.
I do.
And then you seem so passionate that no one wants to correct you.
Exactly. That's why I use the fact that I pretended that I always used to underwater basket weave as like a
And
fallback.
yeah,
and
everybody
some people are
believed
like,
that.
did you really? Some
No.
people that know me are like, shut up. And other people are like, what? what? I'm like, yeah, it's an actual thing. It's hard to weave a basket underneath water.
You've tried?
I have not.
Okay,
but I'm
see?
saying, but because I say it like I think I did, people believe you. I'm just saying. I would try it. I would do it just for the fact that I've talked about it for the last 25 years of my life, like basically saying like, oh, underwater basket weaving. It was a joke that my mom would always use, basically like, oh, what were you doing underwater basket weaving? Like, oh, yeah, mom. But like actually like using it now as my own joke, I'm like, maybe I should try it just for fun.
She would be so proud.
She would.
She'd keep that basket.
The first basket would have to go to my mom, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? It makes sense. I totally agree with you
To
on that
mom. Love Baxter.
one. Hashtag yes baskets. I don't know. You can't. That doesn't make any sense. All right, Jaymee. Somebody that loves some hashtag yes drama is Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
As you know, and you were letting me have it a little bit off the air when we started briefly talking about it. But what is Colin Kaepernick doing now, basically? Because everybody's all fired up about him again.
Yeah, well, I didn't even keep his name in the media, that's for sure. Opt
Kinda
out
like
of his
Tebow.
contract. Yeah. Opt out of his contract, which I didn't even know was a thing, to be quite honest. I didn't know that you could just be like, it's not going to work for me this year.
Yeah.
Take 14 mil, give me 2.5, we'll call it even.
How does that make sense, though?
It doesn't.
He's out $11.5 million.
But I think that he can dabble, right? And then if he doesn't like anybody,
Not that, no.
not dab.
Ah,
Dabble.
Dabble.
Yeah.
How do you dabble? Is that like the news that the kids are doing nowadays?
You can dabble.
Dabble. Do a little dabble. Something like that, basically. Makes sense. I respect a good dabble.
And then if he doesn't like what other teams have to offer, he can come back.
Why?
They can.
Why would you come back? Why would you throw $14 million out the window and be like, nah, I'm going to go somewhere else?
Psych.
Does he think he's going to get more?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a terrible quarterback. Let's be honest. The only reason Colin Kaepernick is relevant is because he torched the Packers in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Only reason.
true.
Like, if you look at his stats from 2016, he threw for 2,200 yards, he threw 16 touchdowns, and a QB rating of 90. That's okay. It's not terrible.
Not terrible.
But San Francisco is a shell of the team that it used to be. Did you know that he's from Milwaukee?
I don't know if I knew that he was from Milwaukee, but I knew that he was involved with all of his now charity stuff. He donated a couple thousands of dollars to various organizations, which is great for the community. Great for Milwaukee.
Yes.
Great for Colin Kaepernick for keeping his word. But again, I think it's just he's just trying to stay relevant.
He is, and that's the thing, unfortunately. It bothers me. And I find it funny, too, and this is just me being me and my weirdness, that there's so many like different ways that people break down stats nowadays. Like, did you know, Jaymee, that when Colin Kaepernick played 2 games on turf last year, he went 33 for 62 and threw 3 touchdowns?
I did.
Obviously.
Duh.
He only fumbled 1 time.
The turf toe monster did not get him.
Exactly. Just like there's the most ridiculous things like, oh, Colin Kaepernick, when he plays in games between 21 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit, this is what he does. Or when
Who
he plays
has time to find this
Yahoo
out?
Sports, apparently. Somebody
Get a
is
different job.
being paid to figure this out. Or did you
Or maybe
know
I
that
need their job.
in the month of November, Colin Kaepernick threw for 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns? Like, what? Why do we care?
We don't.
Some people do. Some people like, or when there were games that they were considered not close, he threw for 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Ooh.
Or when he was in a late and close game, he didn't do anything. It's like the secret stat guru of me is like, oh, cool, like that's kind of cool. But like at the same time, I'm just like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who
Someone
spends
has a Colin Kaepernick shrine with all of his stats like this.
Yes.
At
Well, I mean, I
their
think
house.
this breaks down for every single player. But really, though, when you look at it, when you look at Colin Kaepernick, does he deserve to have another job in the NFL? Somebody's going to sign him, of course, because
Right.
it's a quarterback-driven league. It's a passing league, as people like to say, of course. But who really wants to sign a guy like this?
Right. One, probably a team that wants some media time. 2,
To sign Tim Tebow if that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, true. Well, he doesn't want to play football.
He should. I always liked Tim Tebow. Fun fact.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I don't think he should play baseball, but then maybe he should sign with someone. But do you think that Kaepernick's going to be okay? I mean, if he's a second straight, like he doesn't want to be.
I don't think he
QB2?
wants to be a second-string
Right.
quarterback. That's the thing. I mean, I feel like no matter what team he wants to go to, I feel like he was almost going to undervalue himself by going to a team like Cleveland, like a Buffalo, like a team that is desperate. I mean, Chicago, for God's sakes, he could end up at the Bears if they get rid of Jay Cutler. I mean, He could go virtually anywhere that is not a good team
Right.
and potentially be a starter.
Just to start, I guess. And then
You
he'll
know?
probably make that 14-5 back.
Probably over a year or two. So I don't know. He's still young. He still has a lot to offer. I mean, for goodness sakes, he's only been playing for 5 years, 5 or 6 years basically. But he's only 29 years old. So in quarterback years, if you're gauging off of Tom Brady, he still has at least 11 years to play. But I have a hard time really believing that he's actually as good as people think he was, because he wasn't really good before he got the start when Alex Smith was the quarterback in San Francisco. Then he got that little pocket of time, led the 49ers to the Super Bowl. People were like, he's the greatest quarterback since Michael Vick. Whoa, like he's great. And then basically he just kind of fell off the earth from there. And I know San Francisco had some really crazy offseason moves where people retired and they lost some of their big free agents. And you think that you would still be able to do something with that, though. We've seen guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning do a lot with a little at times and still be successful. So why, that kind of proves that he's not as good as a quarterback as people thought he was.
Right, that he needs a team behind him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Aside from that, though, NFL free agency, of course, is still continuing to move along. Alshon Jeffrey will not return to the Chicago Bears, among others. Adrian Peterson also is not going to be returning. A local Milwaukee native, Kevin Zeitler, former University of Wisconsin Badger, played for the Cincinnati Bengals. He is a free agent as well, considered the 7th best free agent. So little Milwaukee local pride there, kind of a cool thing. But there's some big players out there that are still available. I know that we talked about this yesterday with Adrian Peterson a little bit, I believe, but have you thought any more about what you think he should potentially do with himself? Should Green Bay sign him? Is it a waste of money for anybody to try to throw any valuable contract at him?
No, I think he'll be good for whoever picks him up. Do I think it's the Packers? Like I said yesterday, the money's not coming out of my pocket. So
well, are you a team owner? So no, I don't think you are.
Right. So
if
it's like I said yesterday, if it's good for the team, sign him.
Sure.
I don't think we need him. I think that we could put our money elsewhere.
Yeah. Like the defense, probably.
Right. Maybe that would be good.
True.
So do I think that that's where we should put all of our money? No. Do I care where else he goes?
No, not really. Not really. It's just one of those players you're just like, yeah, whatever. He went there,
Yeah.
basically. A couple of people were commenting saying that we should Kevin Zeitler's a really good guy. People should grab him. He will do big things. Aaron also made the mention that Colin Kaepernick should go to the Vikings. They liked a lot of washed-up quarterbacks on their team. Liz also makes the comment saying that if Kaepernick isn't improving now, he won't improve with age. He's not a fine wine. It's true. It's a very good point, and I love wine. So I would never drink a Kaepernick Sauvignon.
No.
I don't think so.
What about a Kaepernick Merlot?
I'm not a Merlot person. It's too I don't know what the right word is. It's too dry. I think that's the word. I like the sweet reds. I like the Moscatos, like the Chardonnays, the Zinfandels.
Real masculine man you got here, Liz.
And that's how I'm
But
too.
I
Like,
love
like
IPAs.
even from like a beer thing. Like I'm not a Guinness. I'm not like a dark beer sort of fan. I don't want a beer that I can chew. That's awkward. Like some people are like, I love a beer that I get a meal and a drink out of it. Be like, no, that sounds terrible. Just get a meal.
Right.
Like I will be that guy
it.
when I get a Bloody Mary. I'll be like, absolutely. Like I can get a little like breakfast snack basically, or a meal if I go to
Pre-brunch.
Lambeau Field because they give you a brat.
Oh, really?
On some of them, yeah, you get like a full brat on a bun with like little other things stuffed into this big glass, basically. And I'm like, well, I'll pay $25 for that. It's not
Right.
that much, but I'll pay $12 for that because I get a drink, I get a little buzz, it's exciting, and I get at least a little brat. It holds
Yeah.
me over for at least a quarter or two. I think that's a win-win situation.
Yeah, I agree. And only $12 a beer is like $9.
Something like that. I'll have to see what the going rate is. I'm sure inflation, since I used to work at Lambeau Field a couple of years ago, has probably bumped it to like $16.50 or something crazy like that. But either way, though, people love Bloody Marys.
They do.
I love Bloody Marys.
And brats.
And brats.
And football.
Hashtag Wisconsin. All right. As we continue to roll along with the show, we will be back here in just a little while to talk about the college basketball scene, talk about Kevin Durant with Chris Heimel, one of our basketball correspondents. But before we go, have you ever run a 40-yard dash, Jamie?
Maybe in middle school.
And they lined you all up on the goal
Yeah.
line and said, run!
Yep. And I was like, okay.
You're like, okay. I can just see
I love gym class.
I say little Jamie with ponytails, just like,
Yeah.
Like,
And I was
Jamie,
like
over
this
here.
awkward, skinny, weird kid. Yeah.
Did you play sports at all in high school? College, anything?
No, I would play basketball in middle school, and then
I wonder why.
Yep. And then I danced for a year. And then I failed sewing class. So
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know how it happened.
You failed sewing class.
Yeah.
How do you fail sewing class?
I don't know. And they were tie blankets, so I feel like the lady just had it out for me. And I made the blanket, but I failed. But I lied about it. Don't lie, because Kenny will catch you, and you will be grounded for eternity.
Kenny will catch you.
Yeah.
Sounds terrifying.
Because my parents are divorced, so they got 2 report cards. I got one to bring home, and my mom got one sent to her house. And I traced over every single line on my report card to make my F into a B. Well, my parents found out, and my dad made me choose between basketball and dance. So I picked dance, because that's what my group of friends was in. And he made me quit dance and finish basketball. So then I retaliated, and I was a cheerleader after that.
Woo!
So yeah, I played sports.
Cheerleading's not a sport.
Woo. Rah, rah.
Wow, I feel like your child. I feel like you have a lot of built up anger from your childhood.
No.
Do you need to talk about it?
No, I wish I would.
This is an open platform. You have
Yeah.
people commenting like Aaron and Liz and others that care about your feelings, Jaymee.
I should have stuck with basketball.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I enjoy your nickname,
Which one?
Shaq.
Oh, God. I know.
I think that's a little funny.
It is.
but-
I mean, I'm tall. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
I'm not 7 foot tall.
no.
But-
You're a respectable height for a female.
Yeah.
You know?
A little on the...
As soon as you get
Tall?
you're 6 feet tall. As soon as you hit the 6'1", 6, then it's like, whoa, slow down there,
Yeah.
Jolly Green Giant.
People
You're
are
getting
always
a bit much.
Why do you wear heels? And I was like,
Because I look
why
good.
not? Yeah.
exactly.
have you seen these legs at 6'4"? They're long. Someday.
Someday. I don't know what I was expecting you to be like. Look,
I was
leg
gonna,
on the
but
table. You're
I
like,
just got
what?
boots on. Nothing
Well,
exciting.
fair enough. All right. But anyway, the reason I asked before we get to our correspondent here in just a brief moment with Chris Heimel, the Adidas is running a campaign saying that they will buy a private island for any of the NFL Combine draft runners that can run a faster time than Chris Johnson's 4.24 40-yard dash.
I think they should open this to the public, and they should buy me an island.
You can't run that fast,
I
though.
could try.
Could you? We're going to have to go in the hall after this and see. Be like, all right, 40-yard dash time, go.
Yeah.
I was semi-fast in high school and college. I think the fast I ever ran, that was like a 4.8 or a 4.7.
Okay, so you could almost get there. I mean, I could not.
I'm a couple of half
not a quick lady.
milliseconds away from. I mean, you got the long legs though. If you get that stride, be like boom, boom,
Yeah.
you just fly.
But there's a lot of me to lug across, I'm not fast.
Fair enough. So kind of an interesting thing though. I think I agree though. I think it should be open to the public. I think that would make so much more sense. I think more people would be game for that. I mean, if you were guaranteed to get a private island. I mean, it also depends though. What is this private island like? Am I getting literally a 12 by 12 sort of island, or I don't know.
Yeah, is there stuff on the island? Is there a house included? Because then I'll just run away. But these people don't need. They're going to be in the NFL. They don't need you to buy them an island.
No, they don't.
They can buy it themselves
these are
next
kids.
year.
These are college kids. You don't need
Yeah.
to skew them already. If you're oh, I'm the first overall draft pick, and I got a private island.
Right.
Wow.
Hashtag yes drama.
You're probably a douche. Come
Probably.
on. Seriously.
Yeah, no 19, 20-year-old
I don't want to
kid.
draft a kid that has a private island. Be like,
Yeah.
I'm an NFL head coach that has been doing this for 25 years. I don't even have a dang
Right.
island.
And I'm like, I have an island. I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah. I'd
That's
be
what I
like,
would
well,
think.
get your butt to your island and don't ever come back to my
Right.
team. See ya. Bye, Felicia. All right, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll have our basketball correspondent, Chris Heimel, joining us, and then we'll wrap it up with some hashtag guest drama. It is the Morning Brew with Baxter and Jaymee, back with more on Brew Sports right after this. Stay tuned.